Hi, yes, I'm calling from the school just to let you know that your daughter's kind of struggling today. She's having a really hard time, and it might be a good idea to come pick her up. Mom, I know I'm the teacher, but can you just please come pick?
Oh, that video just makes me smile. I think the first time I saw that TikTok video, it was just after teachers went back into the classroom following the COVID shutdown. And there was just a lot of stress on students and teachers at that time. And a video like that just made me smile. And one of the things I just love about TikTok is that it provides a lot of opportunities for teachers to really communicate about their work in ways that are, in some cases, very honest, in some cases, very funny, and in some cases, very insightful, and can be very, very motivating and inspiring to view some of those. And I started this week with a TikTok video because I wanted to just comment on the fact that last week I asked you all to create this personal profile. And what I found really interesting about the question of, well, what are some of the sources that you use to stay up to date with in the teaching profession, or where do you get information about teaching? And a number of you, I would say most of you, included social media as part of your source. And so I wanted to just start with something that you're all familiar with and just makes me laugh. There's some other really great information that was communicated in your profiles, and I encourage all of you now to spend a few minutes looking at other student profiles. You can access them now from a table that's presented as a resource on a page called Students, and it's under the resources main menu item on the website here. So yeah, take a look at that. Next week, you're going to be doing a group project, and so you're going to have to know a little bit about the teachers that you're also going to be working with, or I should say the students that you're going to be working with in this class. And so you'll be able to view some personal information as well as communicate with them on online as part of the group project. I'm coming to you in week 2. I'm recording this on July 4th. I'm representing some of the colors of our country. I don't have much red, white, or blue kind of apparel. And that's not really my thing, but I do have a red shirt, and so I'm representing one of my favorite red-colored institutions, Radford University. So I hope you are enjoying. When you view this video, it will be after the holiday, and I hope you had a good. Were able to spend some good time with family or friends. So I want to start this week by giving you an important announcement, and that is we had quite a few reflections due at the end of week 1, as you know better than me. And as I was reviewing the initial submissions that came in kind of throughout the week, one thing that wasn't surprising is that most students waited until the end of the week to submit most things, which is absolutely fine. But it does mean that as I review what's submitted, I can read through them, but I don't really have the time to provide a lot of detailed feedback on things like reflections, because there are so many of them. But worse is I'm not able to kind of jump onto the homepage here throughout the week and make connections between what students are saying in their reflections and what's happening in terms of the course content during that week. So in order to kind of maybe fix this a little bit, I've changed due dates for week 2. So there are 3 reflections due this week, and each reflection is due on a different day of this week. And so keep that in mind as you review the course calendar, and keep that in mind as you plan or map out how you want to proceed in processing the information, the readings, and the notes for the course for this week. So keep that in mind. Last week, the reflections from last week focused on the relevance of science in education and how important scientific thinking is, and a little bit about what it is. That was part of one of the reflections. This week just picks up kind of right where that thinking left off. And this week, in week 2, you're going to focus on what science is and how research is a form of scientific thinking, a very important one. And so you're going to be asked to do some reflections and also work on a project that involves conducting somewhat of a literature review, kind of a very informal one, but it'll give you some experience diving in using online sources to identify some specific information that you're going to be looking for that relates to you, and then also considering how to determine the value of what it is you search for when it comes to scientific knowledge online. So that's going to be you'll learn more about that as you dive into week 2. I did want to point out that you all, or almost all of you, did manage to complete the survey that I asked you to complete in week 1 regarding attitudes towards kind of social presence in online learning environments. And so I really appreciate you being honest in your responses. I'm going to be addressing the data that you submitted at the end of this class, after you complete the final course assignment. So really, one of the last things I'll do as your teacher is to go over some of the reasons why I collected the information that I did, and how it's going to be used and how it's going to be useful in my teaching, and hopefully it'll be information that will help out other teachers as well. So I'll be talking a little bit more about that at the end of the course this summer. So anyway, welcome to week 2. When you're ready to begin all the formal experiences, you can click the button below this video and review the week 2 intro. And on that page, you will get a really good overview of everything that you're going to be experiencing this week, and what's assigned and what's due and when and all of that. So I hope you can see the connection between what you experienced in week 1 and week 2, and some of the information I'm going to present for week 2 is going to help you make those connections. So as always, let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns with anything related to the class.